Tory Lanez turned down a plea deal
right.
in the Megan shooting case. It's going to court,
right.
probably. Although he may actually take a plea deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Probably what they're offering him is not that great. And he's thinking he's going to beat it. What was interesting about this, because Megan went out and told the whole story on social media, right? That's set in stone at this point. Unless she gets on the stand and changes her story and could be potentially up for perjury charges, her story is that he shot me in the foot. Now, I interviewed this guy, Mo Gangat. He's a lawyer.
I like those interviews, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I like those as well. He said that it's a very interesting case because there's 4 people in the car.
Yeah.
Megan, Tory, Megan's girl, female friend, and Tory's bodyguard. 3 out of the 4 people in that car are saying that that's not what happened, that Tory didn't shoot Megan.
Right.
1 person is saying, no, he shot me.
Yeah.
So you have 3 against 1 in a way, which makes this kind of dicey.
The thing that didn't get mentioned about that, though, is that the one person who said he didn't shoot her allegedly shot her. The other one is the girl who doesn't like Meg. They are no longer friends. And the other one's Tory's security guard.
Yes.
Now, granted, are they all lying to the cops? Obviously, Tory would lie to the cops. Is that girl going to lie? I don't know. But, yeah, continue.
Yeah, it's a weird situation. And what Mo actually said, which I found kind of funny, was that let's just say he goes to court and he wins. Let's just say he's found not guilty. He could actually sue Megan for defamation. Because I went to court. I proved that I did not shoot you in a legal court of law, not a civil court, but an actual legal court, which has a very high, threshold, And now, because of your allegations, I lost these. You could actually say, my record sales has gone down this much. My bookings have gone down this much. You owe me $20 million.
Right.
And I could actually justify it with numbers.
Yeah.
And that would be a motherfucker if he actually pulled that off.
That would be a beautiful thing. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. The other thing is, is anyone in the media going to apologize to Tory at any point? If that is found to be the case, is anybody going to acknowledge that they were pumping a narrative that, increasingly seems like it might not have happened? I don't know. I always have tried to very much stay on the fence and acknowledge that if this happened, as she's saying, then Tory is pretty much a really fucked up dude, and that we don't know yet. And I always tried to sort of straddle that line, which didn't stop Tory Lanez from sliding in my DMs and basically telling me I'm a piece of shit.
Oh, he did the same thing to me.
Did he
really? Yeah.
What was your specific thing?
Well, I basically said that based on from everything I've heard and based on, essentially Megan breaking down the whole situation as the victim, I said that it's more than likely he's going to go to prison.
Right.
He's now being charged with felonies. You have a cooperating witness that have given public statements. As a normal, rational, intelligent human being, you would think he's probably going to go to prison.
Because when that story first was coming out, you could have never guessed that we'd be in the situation that we're in now, where it looks like there's so much doubt about this situation.
I don't know if there's really doubt because, the prosecutors really don't play around like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of doubt about whether he'll be convicted or not, which I guess that was never the thing that was considered a safe bet anyway.
Well, he turned down a plea deal.
Yeah.
So they're willing to take it to court. If they're, nobody wants to lose in this situation, right? It's not like, the LA, prosecutor's being paid off by someone. He's just whatever. No, if the LA prosecutor loses this very high profile case, they're going to look bad. They might not get reelected as a DA, next time around.
It's hard to fathom that Tory would have turned down the plea agreement if he was actually guilty. But it's also hard for me to believe that Meg went on Instagram Live and said that blank shot me if he didn't shoot her.
Right. So if he didn't shoot her, who shot her? Did she shoot herself? Did the security guard shoot her? Did her girlfriend shoot her?
That's what I'm saying.
Who shot her then?
Right.
She's been shot. I think it's established that she had bullet fragments taken out and so forth. I don't know. Like I said, what's funny is I actually sent him the links to the lawyer actually speaking on his behalf, saying, hey, we're not sure, whatever. He saw both of those, but didn't say nothing back.
Really?
I'm like, oh, so you're going to talk shit when I have an opinion against you, but when we actually put up something supportive, you're not going to be like, oh, thanks, good looking out. The thing, after talking about him probably a dozen times,
since that case happened, the thing that I said that caused him to freak out in my DMs, which it was to the No Jumper account, which I don't normally look at the DMs. So I have the whole social media team being like, Adam, look. And so I'm arguing with them. And they're all, at first I was sending them the screenshots, and then they're like, you don't have to send the screenshots. We're all reading it in the DMs right now. I'm like, oh, right. But anyway, it was like that. He was so mad because I basically said that there was a double standard of the fact that so many big rappers, I might have used Quavo as an example, are clearly still like embracing Tory Lanez, the baby, etc. And my only point was basically like, in any other segment of society, for the most part, Tory Lanez even having that accusation would stop people from, if we were talking about like, Kamala Harris maybe shooting Dick Cheney in the foot. I mean,
right.
Nobody's fucking with it. And Dick Cheney's not a good example. It has to be somebody on her team. But either way, like if it was any other segment of the world, just the accusation would pretty much stop anybody in your field from fucking with you. And it kind of says a lot about hip hop, of how willing people are to give a guy the benefit of the doubt. It might also say something about like, if I'm assuming that most of the artists that are still working with Tory Lanez know more than me about what happened that night.
Well, they probably know his side of the story,
or just don't.
But
give
that's
a shit.
it.
Yeah.
You. It's not like they all sat down and said, "Well, let me go meet with Megan.
Right.
Let me go meet with you. We'll compare the stories. Well, I decided to work with you." Nah, it's like, man, listen. I mean, didn't Jay-Z do Best of Both Worlds with R. Kelly after R. Kelly?
But he pulled it off the shelves before it actually even came out because of the fact that those accusations came out. You remember that?
Best of Both Worlds came out.
It came out after the fact, but it came out, but Jay-Z, I think, got rid of the tour that was supposed to be with it and all the marketing around it.
No, actually,
he pulled back on that massively.
No, I remember that tour. I remember exactly what happened at the tour. They had a tour going, and R. Kelly refused to perform one night because he claimed there was a guy in the front row with a gun. And then Jay-Z's man ended up pepper spraying R. Kelly, and then the tour ended right then and there.
Okay.
Because R. Kelly, he felt, was just acting out and acting irrationally and fucking up the whole tour.
You're right.
But they were ready to go and do this huge tour together.
This is also like 1998 or something, 1999. It was like a long time ago. But I mean,
no. This is, well,
you're right. But
it was a long time ago. But what I'm saying
I just remember there being a big dust up about Jay-Z.
There's a big dust up, but people don't give a shit, man. I think it's about the money at the end of the day. Like, yo, listen, am I gonna make some money working with Tory Lanez right now? I will. All right, fuck it.
But I mean, also, okay.
Do I have a relationship with Megan? I don't. Fuck it. Book the studio session.
Let's call attention to what's really going on also. When this thing happened with Meg getting shot in the foot, she seemed like the most beloved woman to have appeared in hip hop in years and years and years. Mm-hmm. Now, not so much.
You don't think so?
I wouldn't say so. And her new album sold 30,000 first week, dude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And her one before that sold like 100K.
She won a Grammy though since then, right? Or was that before or after? I don't know.
Before that, yeah. But her new album, I mean, like, from my perspective, I'm seeing, the corporate side of hip hop embrace Meg a lot. I am not seeing the fans do the same thing. I mean, and I'm sure she still has rap fans, but I think the idea that Meg Thee Stallion was going to be like a Cardi B or a Nicki Minaj, I don't really think anybody thinks that anymore, right?
Well, I mean, because Megan, I feel, has kind of like one rap style. She kind of raps the same sort of every song, and the subject matter is kind of the same.
Yeah, she raps like it's fucking 2004, dude.
I mean, she has like an old school kind of female.
She rap like an old head. That's not good.
And it's like, when I first heard it, I'm like, okay, this is cool, but I mean, I don't know how long this will last. And, I mean, she's had a great run, but if she reinvents herself and comes out with some big hit records, she'll be right there again.
Because she's somebody that I have always really paid attention to, because very early on when I saw her starting to blow up, I realized that she had been sent in when I was on stream one of those nights where we're playing songs for $120, etc. Somebody sends in her song. I saw it, and I remember kind of thinking it was dope, but not really thinking it was dope enough to follow up on, and then a couple years passed by, all of a sudden, boom, she's signed and she's blowing up. And so I've always really taken an interest in her career. And yeah, I've just been really let down by the music in particular. I feel like she was in a position where she could have made serious rap music or made stuff that guys and girls would have both appreciated. And instead she made a bunch of stupid ass booty records. And it feels like the culture is kind of I don't want to say they've like 100% forgotten about her or moved on, but I just felt like her career could have totally turned into something that I now have pretty low hopes that it could become.